Hey guys, this is Tony Schumacher here at the O'Reilly Auto Parts NHRA Nationals presented by Superstart Batteries in Concord, North Carolina. It's a mouthful right there, but throughout the week we've been collecting questions from our Gormy Facebook and Twitter fans and followers, so here are a couple. Will Harbuck asks, says, I'm sure you've been asked this already, but what does it sound like inside the canopy compared to without it? And does the canopy distort or restrict your vision? It's definitely quieter. It's quiet enough where you don't want to wear earplugs, or it's almost dead silent, believe it or not. And without them, it's a little louder without the earplugs than it is when I had the open cockpit and I wore them. So kind of an in-between. I can hear the engine very well. I'm getting used to it. I think, I probably said it a couple of times, but for 16 years I drove an open cockpit and used to doing it one way, but a little bit different, but I'm very comfortable in the car. As far as the vision, it's 3/8 inch carbon ballistic glass, bad to the bone. It's not distorted at all. Sometimes if the sun's in the wrong place, you get a reflection of the carbon fiber, which is underneath on the dashboard. And but we'll get used to those things. And as time goes on, we fix it. If we find a halo or a carbon fiber place that I can see a situation, we know when that situation is, where the sun was, and we just mark it. We keep it taped up. We don't want to add extra weight with a lot of tape and junk, but when it comes down to a certain moment that we have to have it, we do it. Lenore Brady, my buddy, asks, how difficult is it to transition from the Sportsman tree light sequence to a Pro tree? We don't transfer back and forth. We're always Pro tree. But as you're growing up racing different Sportsman cars, we were sometimes we were on a Sportsman tree. When we run Super Comp, same car, one is an NHRA event, and you run Super Comp, you'd run a Pro tree. And sometimes you'd run a Sportsman tree. The difference is a Pro tree is random, and it just flashes all three ambers at one time. And we react. A Sportsman tree is not a reaction tree in any way, shape, or form. It's something you can practice over and over because it's the exact same. 3 amber lights, whether they're 4/10 or 5/10 of a second apart, you time your car. If you stage it the same, you can time it and prepare that when the third light comes on, you leave. When the third light goes off, whatever, depending on how your car reacts. It's really a driver car practice session. Practice enough with that, and you'll get that tree down to where you can hit it with an 00 light or a 10 light every time. It's pretty good. Karen Facco asks, upon concerning the U.S. Nationals all-time wins, what is your next goal to beat? Well, we got 69 wins, I guess 70. I don't know, man. I'm just going to keep going. That was an amazing deal because that was something that was really the only thing out there that we hadn't done. We had tied somebody, but we hadn't beaten. Big Daddy's an awesome record, and now we sit alone, and it's going to be a while before someone catches us, if it ever happens. So, I don't know. I think my next goal is probably to win another championship for the Army and just continue on, So, but I'm sure something will come up. I got one for you. Win Atlanta. That place has avoided me forever. Win New Hampshire, a brand new track. As long as NHRA opens new tracks, I'll always have something I haven't done yet. Renee Smith Sullivan. I've noticed that during the warm-ups, the Army team does not blip the throttle while seating the clutch. Why is this? Only a few cars still do that. I believe the Petrogons do it. I'm pretty sure some of the Force cars, if not all. There's several ways to seat the clutch to get those 5 discs to work together. You can rev up the engine, holding the clutch, holding the brake. You can smack the throttle like some of them do, or you can do what we do and have a clutch dyno in the shop. And when the clutches show up here in the blowers, they're all prepared. They're dynoed, and we have stats on them. We know what the hardness, the Rockwell, all of what that disc is ready for. I don't know that I love the sound of them smacking the throttle. It is great, but it can't work in any way, shape, or form. All you're doing is smacking the throttle, bringing it up in RPMs, and destroying all the hard work the guys did at the shop. So, Greg Barker, hi Tony, would you ever consider coming to Australia to race at Eastern Creek, maybe for the U.S. versus Australia meet on Boxing Day? Cheers, Greg. I'd come to Australia for just about anything. I love it, I always have. I have a lot of friends from out there, but I don't know that we'll ever show up in races. Extremely expensive to bring the equipment there. And the sport is so big here, and it's what I do. But I'd love to come out there and just shake hands with all the people that throughout the years we've met. You know, a lot of times when we go to Las Vegas, a lot of people from Australia and Hawaii and all over for whatever reason, it seems to draw a lot of worldwide attention to that race. So I've met some great people. Thank you guys, and cheers. Well, thanks to our Facebook and Twitter fans and followers for those questions. Keep them coming. I'll answer a few questions at every race week, and we have, well, it was supposed to be 4 in a row, but it's 6 in a row now because we had 2 Indies in a row, and now starting at Charlotte, we go Charlotte, Dallas, St. Louis, and Reading. So very busy. Keep those questions coming, and we'll answer them as we can. Enjoy, and we'll see you at the next one.